Hi Geminis, and welcome to your July 2020 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky here, coming in to speak about your general energies coming in for the month of July. Interesting things coming up for you, Gemini. I'm not surprised to see what I'm seeing. We've just come out of your season, and I know that it was quite a hectic time for many of us, but I'm hoping that you were able to keep things sober and visualized and positive as you probably came into contact with some amount of purpose and some amount of completely new desires in May and June, and now in July it's about kind of starting to parse through those desires and creating more of self-empowerment to be able to achieve some of the things that came in for you. So I sensed quite a lot of visualization for Gemini as I was meditating on your energy. It seems like for this month of July, you're really visualizing and really thinking of new opportunities and new creative components of your life, as it seems many of us are. King of Wands has been coming up for a lot of us this month, as well as Eight of Wands, Five of Wands, and the Moon. So you're really getting more embodied. You're really seeing more of a truthful idea about what you're aligning. What do I mean? So you might have this one job that you're working, or these few structures in your life that you're contributing a lot to, and whereas what you want and what you feel that you're here to do might be just a little bit left of center of what that is that you're actually doing. So this month of July is coming in to really test and understand why that's the case, the duality and the separation of the experiences that you've been going through will really be tied together by this month in a new way and cleared up. So we're all kind of a little bit at conflict. And I do feel a bit of conflict for you, Gemini. Five of Wands and Five of Pentacles, having two fives come in, as well as the Hanged Man reverse. There could be a bit of indecision, a bit of conflict resolution needed this month. And it's not just conflict, but it's conflict resolution coming in for you here. So try to not get too worried if you come into July feeling like, oh my gosh, how am I going to get along with my family? How am I going to get along with my coworkers? Anything like that, it's going to get resolved, but it's going to take some true effort. What other intuitive messages do I want to talk about before we get into the week to week? You will have abundance come in this month. You will get more than you expected. You will have more creativity than you've had in a while. And you'll also start to be more empathetic to people around you too. I think that you're really going to understand why other people are where they are. I think you're going to understand other people's motivations. And it feels very empathetic and kind, actually, as I feel that you are tested in your capacity for kindness this month. Can you forgive? Can you move on? Can you really understand why people acted the way that they did, even if it wasn't okay? And can you also then remove yourself from situations that are like not helping anybody, or if there's been like abuse or difficulty or anything like that, can you remove yourself from it? Can you, because it feels very supported for you to really nurture your own sense of selfhood and your own sense of individuality away from any old patterns of abuse, or away from any old patterns of emotional negligence, as well. As it feels like your season might have really shown you because whenever the sun is in our sign, the sun was in Gemini, whenever it's there, it really shows us the whole picture of our life and what we're going through. So I'm hoping that by July, Geminis, you're able to really capitalize on your own authenticity and know what and where you're supposed to be and where you need to be. Because it feels like the universe is really working with you, and there's a great ability to manifest and actualize and realize what you want. It seems pretty seamless for you guys to be able to do that here. So that's a really important I think evolution for you, where you understand what you want, or you understand what you need, and rather than thinking, okay, what obstacles are in my way, or why can I not do this, it feels very seamless to just make it reality. So let's talk about the week to week, Gemini. Week number 1 of July, you've got Five of Wands rooted down by the Moon. This has been a prevalent combination of energies this month, where we have these conflicts, or we have these relationship snags or blockages that might be being glazed over with this like appeal, or like in the name of loyalty or in the name of love, I'm going to like keep this together. Whereas I think that we need to focus more on the snags, or we need to focus more on the blockages. And that's kind of contradictory to what we're coming from. But I think that it's important, and I'm just trying to understand this myself as I'm speaking about it for you. It feels like having ignored the snags, or having been too optimistic or toxically positive perhaps, has made things stretch out, and has made the Five of Wands archetype so prevalent, where now there might even be a level of conflict in the self, like how do I want to come off? What do I want to do? I'm not sure, because I've always been ignoring the snags, so it's hard for me to identify anything that might also be wrong for me. This is a really important thing that you are healing up in the first week of July, where you do look at the snags and you start to hopefully heal them, and you also understand the cyclical nature of these snags, or of these broken pieces, and how inevitably they will heal, or how inevitably you will have new experiences that don't include them. So there's a comfort within the inevitable passage of time that I feel for you in the first week of July, that helps also to heal any argumentative conflicts that you're having, more mundane things as well. And the first week will just really show you all of those things and how you can heal them, and what you need to do, whether that's distancing yourself, or talking more, clearly about what's going on, really communicating it well, really checking all of those bases. Week number 2, Gemini, you have King of Wands rooted down by Knight of Cups. So a creative expansion coming through in a way that might not really be coming off to other people. Do other people know, or do people who are important to you know where you want to be or what you want to do? I think that you can be more supported than you realize if you can really start to communicate to yourself what you yourself want, and how you might pursue, achieve, and realize that. Making it real, making it potent. Are you hiding your cards? Are you hiding your desires in fear that other people will not support them? Like, that you have this new ambition, or that you have this new aspiration, and you don't want to tell people because you're afraid that they will not support it, and that will make it seem unsupported from inside. So that's really important to look at here too, like what you're wanting above all of this, and are you afraid to communicate that? Because as a Gemini, you need to communicate your wants, you need to communicate and use the throat chakra to really activate your manifestation capacity. So the second week of July is really going to clear up some relationship issues by knowing who you can and can't really be forthcoming with. And if you can't be forthcoming with somebody, are they occupying too intimate a position in your life? As some of the most intimate people in your life, it feels like it's a struggle to be forthcoming with, which would be a very tough area for a Gemini to be. So just food for thought there, Gemini. Week number 3, and sorry to clear up, it's not about seeds of like dissent, or seeds of insecurity about relationships that are actually strong. Sometimes there can just be insecurity with speaking to, and it's not even about other people being at fault, but we are kind of insecure to be forthcoming, because maybe there's a shadow work that needs to be done about, will I allow myself to communicate? So whether it's people being or not liking to see you flourish through your communication, or whether it's insecurity and shadow work needing to be done, either direction there, Gemini, it's really important to heal this now. And week number 3 will help you to heal that, with 8 of Wands rooted down by the Emperor. That's kind of right along those lines, where you have this abundance that's come in, and it's really important to as I think here you become a much stronger manager or organizer of the abundance that you have. And it feels like any of these new goals or aspirations that are coming in can really, in the 3rd week of July, as we move towards Leo season, become more of an asset to you than just like a figment, or become more of an asset than just a sort of more separated experience. So the 3rd week of July will be a great time to, I think, announce to other people your plans or what you want to do, and to start getting a lot more clear about what that looks like, and also gaining more of a positive understanding of what your potential is, and not deprecating any of your new ideas as something that is not great because it's not manifested yet. So I definitely think, and I know that these are complex messages, but there's a very fine line for Geminis between what they've thought, what they've dreamed of, what has not manifested yet, and then what is reality. And sometimes it's like, it seems that there's an insecurity that's developed on manifesting things that are insight into reality. So don't be afraid, Gemini. I think that the 3rd week of July is about getting more fearless. The Emperor is very sure of his power and very, set in his capacity to, be the ruler of his life. And I think that that will be really good for you guys too, really allowing yourself free reign over your own potentials and not, electing other people to sort of rule over your own truth or your own sense of authenticity. Because you get more and more, the more that you take on this empowered role in your life, the more you receive and the more abundance that comes in, which is really beautiful to see. So 4th week of July, Gemini, you got 5 of Pentacles rooted down by the Hanged Man reversed. So a new philosophy relating to how you budget your time, money, and energy into your life. I think that you have more benevolence and abundance than you realize. With 8 of Wands and 5 of Pentacles near one another, to me that's signaling that there is a lot more than we realize, or there's a lot more potential or a lot more resources around us than we know. We might be kind of convincing ourselves that the road forward is cold, or the road forward is not supportive, and that's the moral always of 5 of Pentacles, is we're not looking to the left, but there is like a very warm refuge there, but we're preferring the cold road ahead. So definitely a realization is possible there. And with the Hanged Man reversed, it's like it's outlived its purpose, this cold road. And with 8 of Wands and King of Wands in the reading, it's so warm. And the Emperor as well, 5 of Wands too. There's something really gets warmed up this month. Something really gets more warmth and more love and more desire attached to it. So the 4th week will really cue that in and really push that through, as a lot of you might feel that there's something to learn from the coldness or from the more frugal ways of life. But I don't think that moving forward past the 4th week it's really necessary anymore. And I think that you can really just suddenly manifest and transform out of those colder experiences, which will be a wonderful, wonderful experience of healing for you. So yeah, Gemini, without getting too complicated with things, this is definitely one of the most healing months for you. Anything that's a problem is going to make itself very clear. Anything that's not needed anymore, you will feel it when you go to work with it or do it. You will feel what is not right so clearly. And then you'll have a very quick opportunity, I think, to change that or to move forward. So it's not really even a month where things are too complicated or illusory. It's just a very clear, concise time to lock things into the place that you want. So don't be afraid to really take your life into your hands and trust in your faith as well, that these two ideas will really work together. So really good luck, Geminis. I hope you guys are feeling wonderful. I am going to put together an extended reading on Patreon to look more deeply into the energies. So we'll get a central theme and two supporting themes. And you guys can click in the center of the video to find that reading. As always, your likes, comments, and subscribes here on YouTube make my day. Thank you so much, Gemini. We'll talk soon. Bye.